Hello, this video is about the upcoming Mercury retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, sidereal Scorpio, which happens around about 9th, 10th of November, depending on where you are in the world. Just going to share the, here we go. I hope you're all well. Okay, so as you can see, Mercury literally, if I just go back 1 hour, on the 9th, 10th, in some places, as I said. Yeah, so basically we are going to have interesting times because Mercury is retrograde in the Scorpio, Saturn's still retrograde until the end of this month roughly, and Jupiter turns retrograde soon too. So a lot of things going on, but both Mercury and also Jupiter actually go back a sign too. So Jupiter goes retrograde, goes back into Gemini because there's work to be done in that house for all of us. And also Mercury goes back into Libra, so there's some work to be done for all of us, not just in Scorpio, but also in what would be Libra. So let's have a look at this for all of us, really. Clearly, Mars at this point and Venus are, and obviously Jupiter too, they're very, very strong. And the sign of Pisces, Libra and also Scorpio are very much looked after as well during this time, as well as Cancer. We're having a very, very, very strong Jupiter there. So Jupiter is also blessing this this situation because obviously Mars and Mercury are not friendly towards each other, but there's a lot of dignity in that, with Jupiter having the drishti on that sign. So sign of Scorpio is all about emotional health, working on inner self to really, because we always think that we need to be doing things out in the world. We should have the wonderful clothes, and I know we've got to start there, you know, the car, the position, the hang around with people who already have this image going on. But really, when you work on yourself, once and I'm not saying that's not good, you know, we all have to go through that to realize we are actually spiritual beings, and material stuff will obviously make us feel secure and take a lot of pressure off us. But ultimately, our souls, this is a soul's journey. So we, in the end, we all want to have that amount of security. We're here to learn, evolve, heal, and so this is part of what's happening. With Mercury being with Mars is very much like so basically it's all those things that we can't express in, you know, to make those transformational things. So we learn during this period to be able to be authentic in order to be able to tell people we love, our friends, maybe siblings, colleagues, neighbors, generally other people, how you know, how maybe that I don't know if they've hurt us or we've hurt them, learning about forgiveness of self, forgiveness of other people, in order to move forward with vigor and knowing that you've done the right thing. And also this will free us as well, free our energy and our Shiva Karaka is Jupiter, and is having an aspect there. So it's really important to actually just like for in a dharmic way, because Jupiter is using its fifth aspect on this sign, just through seeing the big picture in, you know, how you are healing yourself. With that, you are releasing all that karma that's been holding you back, because we can stay angry or jealous or be envious of other people, but we don't really know their journey to get there, to actually be able to have what they have. We don't know what they've been through. So it's always good to just work on ourselves. The moment we work on ourselves and we heal those wounds within us, which is always craving maybe money, status, you know, good clothing, hanging out in best places, etc. Once we heal ourselves, All those things come to us with ease anyway, but what it also does, there's value in what you do, because you know, you've worked hard, you've learned your lessons, you've evolved, and therefore there is like a transformation, which with that transformation you get your equilibrium back. Whereas if there is like transformation but not in a good way, then the soul is always like unsettled. But this is really a nice time where we're using Mercury. And Mercury, because it's retrograde, is actually thinking back and just saying, what, you know, did I really need to say that? Was that really necessary? Is this, or do I really need to have that job? Is that the job that I really, really want? So there's a lot of things going on. And because this is also happening in a nakshatra called Anuradha as well. Anuradha is really the bestest friend you could have. So you're going to be a really good friend to yourself. You're going to listen to yourself. And sometimes I think it's quite nice to journal during this time and actually think, what is it that I want to work on? And just slowly go through your list, and be kind to yourself. Allow yourself time to work through all these things. And you just find, because you're working on yourself, karma is coming off. Your field is becoming much more clear. There's more light around you. There's more energetically, you're being helped. And I also think that we have all been born with guardian angels. Whether or not you believe in that, I'm not sure. I definitely believe in that. And people in our loved ones who pass and go to the other side as well, they are there also to help us. But if you don't tell them, they can't help you. And remember that sign of Scorpio, Cancer, where Jupiter is, and also Pisces, where Saturn is. They're all kind of getting the aspect of Jupiter. Jupiter being the wisdom, higher wisdom, knowledge, big picture, opportunities, and moksha, letting go. So these are the signs that are also having this benefit and having these amazing things happening with the help of Jupiter too. So really free yourself during this time. Free yourself of thoughts, belief systems, of friendships that no longer serve you, of emotions that just tangles you up, of relationships particularly, you know. And sometimes I think we have just a perfect person in our life, but we just like are hooked on the celebrities and things that are very superficial. So just like paying homage to or homage to what we have, actually appreciation, gratitude of what we really have. So this is a really nice time for that. And you can call on to, as I said, Anuradha, call on to your like star family, on your guardian angels to get the answers. I always think it's really good to go to bed at night time. If you have an issue, you say it to your guardian angels and ask them to just inspire you during your sleep and wake up with the answers. And that really does happen. So Mercury is obviously there for you to be able to reassess, review, and reevaluate your life and just what you want. So get clarity, because this is the planet of practicality, information, doing your research. Scorpio is all about research, getting the data. It rules all the. I mean, I'm not a big fan of certain, you know, self-help things, because I think sometimes it is a little bit like you've kind of like fallen, scratched your knee, and it's like going over and over again. It's like just as soon as the scab starts feeling good and healing, we just scratch it again and take it off, and the scar starts bleeding again, and off we go. We've got to go through the healing again. So I don't mean those kind of therapies. I mean really high value, because we are ascending, our planet's ascending, we are ascending, we're just like becoming much more 5D, and there's more light coming in. So you can literally ask and get what you want, rather than the old-fashioned ways of going through the same old patterns in the family. You know, release yourself from those patterns. This is a really, really good time to not, you know, if something doesn't serve you right, why would you want to just like recreate it? Why would you want to just reincarnate and do that again? Just free yourself in this lifetime with doing that. But you have to, when you cut any cords, any threads, any hooks that things have in you, you have to let it go with love, not with anger, with envy, with bad feelings. You've got to really release that emotion with love, and you will get a lot of help because Mars is really strong, Venus is really strong. So both the dispositors of Mercury at this moment, and when it goes into on the 23rd, when it goes into Libra, they are both going to be very much supportive of Mercury in order to just like be able to give it foundations. At this moment, obviously Mars is strong, so the dispositor of Mercury is strong, and Jupiter is also aspecting it, so it's very, very strong. And when Mercury goes into Libra, it will again be, actually let's show you that. That'll be okay. Let's do. Okay, so on the 23rd, when it does go into Mercury goes into Libra, it's again going to be very, very strong in the sense that Venus and Mercury are such good friends, and they're like best buddies, really. If you guys have that Mercury and Venus in your chart, in your D9, in your D10, or any chart, or for that matter, if you get it in transit, it's fabulous. Really enjoy that. It's just total enjoyment, refinement, grace, joy, and fun. So this is now Libra as being supportive of Mercury. Mercury is reassessing that house for you as well. So for all of us, it's going to be different houses from our ascendant, from our moon. So it's really good time to just like declutter whilst it's in, when it's in Scorpio, and then when it becomes when it goes into Libra, it's like bringing grace and joy and refinement into your life, into your daily things going on. So really being mindful that you really want to enjoy life, enjoy your friends and family, loved ones, etc. Okay, let's have a look at the ascendants from here. So I'm going to go back to the 9th. Okay, so in the light that is actually in Gemini, let's start with Gemini. For you guys, Gemini ascendant, so this is occurring in your 6th house. So no delay obviously Mars is there, Mars's own house, and also it's really, really great in the 6th house. Mercury also is great. It rules the natural 6th house of the zodiac, which is Virgo. So both of them work really well. They're logical, they're practical together, they help each other out in that sense. So and this 6th house is also using your intelligence to get what you want. So here we have two planets are going to be, one is going to be planning, one is going to logically go through that, maybe give yourself daily things that you want to work through and just work through them, with patience and with love, because we are retrograde, so you really can apply that. You don't want to rush through anything. And so this is also, both planets are going to be very helpful. This is also means that because it rules your 1st and the 4th house, so it's like healing your heart, taking there are people who, if you've had relationship issues, because when we get hurt, we can actually create a heart wall, and that wall can be as dense as wood. We create like a heart wall with wood or metal or cotton or something. I know you just really study these things. It's amazing. Tapping could be another way that you could actually release all of that. You're in the sign of research. You'll be able to find the people or just information that can help you really work through those things that are actually holding you back. And also from there, and because this is also 1st and 4th house, doing that is going to make you feel happy, make your heart feel happy. Your family will gain from that. Your ancestors also will help from that. It will just allow you to really reassess and move forward. And then what will happen, Mercury will then on the 23rd go into what would be your 5th house. So this is 1st and 4th house ruler in in the 5th house. And now that, you know, you've kind of reviewed, reassessed and re-evaluated everything, and you work through those hardships from the 23rd onwards. Let me just, it's going to be a little bit tricky doing it. Let's show you though. I think it's always good to see. Here we go. So once Mercury goes into the 5th house, so this is all the things you worked on is going to come out just amazing, because you'll have like basically your 1st and 4th house ruler in the 5th house, Raja Yoga, success, achievement, greatness, and also money with it as well, because you're releasing all that stagnant energy and you're creating joy and amazing fun times with it, you know, because your energy is lighter. You're going to attract more love, better friends, better loved ones. Your relationships, if you are in a relationship, will also gain from that too. Right, I'm going to go back there. Oh, maybe this is a bit silly. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so let's go to next ascendant. Okay, for Cancer ascendant, for you guys, this is occurring in your 5th house. So Mercury for you is your 3rd and 12th house ruler. It's gone into what would be your 5th house. So basically, 3rd house and 5th house, they're both creativity, children, having fun, learning skills, hobbies, interests, doing things with your friends, being busy, artistic, learning, etc. And expressiveness too. So you are literally being really encouraged to do fun things, you know, like yoga karaka planet, Mars is there, you know, this is just amazing. So you're reviewing, if you want to have a child, reviewing your education, academic education, what you're learning. Maybe you want to move abroad, maybe you want to, you know, change something in your life that and let go of something, because 12th house ruler is also is, you know, involved in this. It could be that you're actually learning some kind of skill that's also going to help you in terms of creativity. But also when on the 23rd Mercury then goes into your 4th house, then you got very strong Venus. That Venus is not only the 4th house ruler, but it's got directional strength in your 4th house, with best friend Mercury and Jupiter on the ascendant, which has got directional strength and is exalted in the 1st house. Oh my goodness, I mean, what more can you want? You've reassessed, you've reevaluated, etc. And now, you know, if you want to have a family, have children, spend time with your family, with your mum, having friends over for dinner parties, just an amazing time. Bring your foreign friends around. If you want to learn a foreign language, you're going to get all those things that you want, because you've done the planning and you worked on it. And obviously with you know, with words, with action, with you're being practical, and you're putting everything into action. Obviously that I didn't change the dates, and I just wanted to know that's on the 23rd. It goes in there, and Mercury will be sitting with best friend Venus, so it brings 2 benefics into your 4th house. Just beautiful, and they're both going to have an aspect on what would be also your 10th house. So there's going to be such a beautiful balance for you. But you know, you're reviewing, and that would really help you immensely. Let's go to the next ascendant. So for Leo ascendant, this is for you guys happening in your 4th house first, and then the 3rd house. So for you guys, what will happen is your Yoga Karaka planet Mars, which is 4th and also 9th house ruler, sitting with your money-making planet, which is 2nd and 11th house ruler Mercury. Fantastic. Raja Dana Yoga is going on. You know, you are literally by planning, reviewing and reassessing, reevaluating your life, your home life, the balance between work and home, your family, your mother, just generally speaking, your security and what makes you happy, your heart. You're planning what you want to do, and you will actually bring it into fruition. So there's a lot of planning going on during the very early part, from the 9th to the 23rd of November, and then on the 23rd Mercury will go into Libra, which is your 3rd house, with Venus that rules your 3rd house and 10th house. And what will happen, you'll learn things that will you know, that will also help you. That creativity will kick in. That will help you with your friends. You're spending time and doing nice things with your friends. That will also help your work. Maybe doing more creative stuff, learning new things, graphics or etc. That you can, another outlet that actually helps you. But you know, you will actually will get like inspired speech, gracious refinement in your speech. If you're learning anything, you learn it with love, and just a beautiful time. I mean, my goodness, such a beautiful time for you. So really enjoy it. This is there's so much to be grateful about really at this point. And you have Jupiter in your 12th house, you know, just exalted, and it loves to be in the 12th house, aspect in your 4th house, making you even more happy during this period too. But yeah, really enjoy. This is wonderful for you guys. Then let's go to the next ascendant, which is your... Okay, so for Virgo ascendant, for you guys, this is occurring in your 3rd house. So first and 10th house ruler is in the 3rd house, has a creativity, learning, maybe a little travel, maybe you're working somewhere else, or for a while, if you're working remotely, you're now working in an office and you're having a bit of like journey to get there. But yeah, so basically this is like reviewing yourself, you know, what you want out of life, what career and job satisfaction, etc. Maybe you're learning new skills in order to change things, change your job or change elements of your work. Maybe what you're learning is also helping you achieve more status, more money or something at work as well. So it's really good for that. And whilst you're reassessing and rethinking this stuff, then on the 23rd, once you've planned, etc., with logical Mars, Mercury will go on to Libra, and in there, what will happen is for you guys is, you know, like it's your 1st house ruler in the 2nd house. It's a Dana yoga. Your 2nd and 9th house ruler Venus is there. Venus and Mercury, bestest friends. What an amazing Raja Dana yoga of the highest quality. 9th house and 10th house ruler connected from the 23rd. Really amazing. You're really thinking about how you want to save money, your values, your family. Do I want to create a family? Really, you know, and all of those things, you know, you're enjoying spending time with your spouse, partner, your family, your children, really enjoying that. And whatever you do at work too is going to be totally blessed. So very, very nice time. And let's go now to Libra. For Libra, this is occurring in your 2nd house and then goes into your 1st house. So for you guys, will be like reviewing like your values, what you value, what's okay with you, the choices you make, your savings, your family, etc. So you're really reevaluating how your relationship with money, your relationship with your belief systems, and your family, and reassessing everything. So during this time, the planning is literally all things to do with the 2nd and 9th house, really. And then after that, you know, just make the most of Mars being so strong there. Careful, because obviously you got Mars, like a planet of like fast eating. Just be cautious not to overeat during this time. And Mercury for you is also sorry, I'm just saying, both of them aspect in 8th house. Mercury rules your 9th house. So 9th and 12th house ruler in the 2nd house. So there could be expenses that you need to review. How I'm spending money. Do I want to get rid of my bills, my loans, my credit cards, etc. It's a really good time to plan. And then when Mercury goes in a much better state, because it's like, will be going in with Venus, very good friends. And you will reassess things further. You'll get help from Venus too. So you'll be like spending possibly more money on things that are, you know, more refined education, maybe like working remotely, doing things that are like good for your self-development, spiritual growth, stuff like that. So, and also travel. But you will really reassess your expenditure as well during this time because of, you know, but Mercury, because it's on the ascendant, will have massive focus as well. So, and then when it comes out, you can, you know, when it's direct, you can actually make decisions accordingly. So it will be wonderful when Venus and Mars are together. Venus and Mercury are together in your first house. Really nice. It has got two beautiful benefics in your first house and aspect in your seventh. So it's a really wonderful, enjoyable time. Okay, the next ascendant. So we have Scorpio. For you guys, this is occurring on your ascendant till the 23rd of November, and then Mercury will retrograde back into your, what would be your 12th house, Libra. So for you guys, it's all about, like, because this involves 8th house and 11th house ruler, which is Mercury, and obviously Mars is their first and 6th house ruler. You're really kind of rethinking that changes that you need to do in order to transform your life, in order to be able to achieve, because 11th house is all about achievement, things that we want, desires. So basically, what do I need to, you're thinking, reviewing, reassessing, reevaluating, what is it that I really would like to change in my life, which will have a massive impact on me, who I am, myself, my personality, my looks, my desires, my work, which is obviously Mars rules your 6th house as well. Your groups of friends, all those kind of things. Emotionally grow, letting go of things that no longer serve you in any way, shape or form. Maybe some of the networks that are like really are not, you're not benefiting in any way from, letting them go, or maybe you need to join some new ones. So this is all about things that you want to just like really reassess, and you're really thinking about them. And also, maybe I have been a little bit too secretive, and that has not really served me. Maybe the groups that I'm with, they just like, they're not really sharing information as they should be with me. Mercury is the karaka, significant as information, and we are now in the sign of research. So this is a really good time to really research and see exactly, be authentic with yourself, see what kind of things you're seeking, what kind of stuff that you would like to manifest for yourself, and then you'll be able to just literally, as Mercury goes into Libra, which is obviously will be your 12th house of letting go. So you could be just like letting go, decluttering your computer, decluttering your mind, your emotions, letting go of friends maybe and the groups that no longer serve you, and you'll be absolutely okay with it, because what it will do, it will allow you to grow spiritually, rather than just thinking that, and it's like a breath of fresh air, because you're making room for new energies to come through. And this is the house of creativity, imagination. The less you have, clogging up your space, your mind, your storage. We are a massive computer. So when we clog ourselves up, energy doesn't flow so well. So allowing yourself to be good, to step back, and allowing really great time if you want to research and write a book. So you can really do your research, get the information necessary and write it. You got Mercury and Venus together. So even though it's going to be like 3 days together, still, in the house of Libra, which is very, very comfortable for what would be like your, for Mercury. This is amazing time. So that's for you guys. So good luck with that. And then after that we have Sagittarius. For you guys, this is occurring in your 12th house and 11th house. So 12th house is obviously a house of letting go, retirement, pension, so retiring from work, or maybe being made redundant. This is all about like imagination, creativity, faraway lands, dreams, bedroom pleasures, all that kind of stuff. So this is a house that basically seeing the big picture, allowing you to expand on that. So you're reviewing, because like for you, 7th house and 10th house ruler is in the 12th house. So do I want to stay in this job? Would I prefer to work remotely? Do I want to work abroad? Do I want to do a job maybe that me and my partner can work together? Do I want to be in a partnership? All of those are things that you're really reassessing. House of creativity also. So Mercury is really reviewing, rethinking. It's really tapping into, this is also house of research, you know, the Scorpio, your 12th house. So, and Mars is very strong there. So literally you are being, you know, Mars is really logical. Mercury is obviously debilitated in the 12th house, but it's also quite passive anyway because it's retrograde. But obviously Mars is actually helping that debilitation nonetheless. But this is a Mercury that's actually really practical, compartmentalizes, really using its intellect in an imaginative way, but really thinking, making plans, organizing things, you know, in a planned manner. And then as Mercury then goes on the 23rd of November into what would be your 11th house with your 11th Lord and your 6th house. So this would be a great time then to also review things to do with work, things, how do I look after myself? Am I really in control of my health? Am I like creating my own issues? You know, like, am I getting into argument with other people maybe? Or, you know, I'm not really being of service to my partner, others, you know. You're really reviewing everything to see what kind of things need like a little tweak from you in order to, you know, in order to sort things out. And basically once actually Mercury is on its own from the 26th and goes direct after that, then things become so much more clear for you. So really it's time to plan, have goals in mind, write down your desires. What is it to do with work that I want to change? What things need to let go of? What sort of things can benefit me in my relationship with being with other people, at work, my career? Am I really in the right jobs? You're really thinking these things and making adjustments once Mercury becomes nice and strong and goes direct. And then next ascendant will be a Capricorn ascendant. For you guys, this is occurring in your 10th house, 11th and 10th house. So for you guys, it's Mercury rules your 6th house and 9th house. So really is like, you know, is it like 6th house is work. So if you're a teacher, 9th house, you're teaching something. Maybe you're studying something in order to become a teacher. Maybe you also are doing some kind of service job, like a doctor, a surgeon, something like that of that description. Maybe you're basically are a nutritionist, dietitian, anything like that. A yoga teacher, anything, any job that you do, you're reviewing, you know, am I getting the gains that I want from it? Am I really hanging out with the right groups? Am I in the right networks? What is going on in that situation? You're also there with Mars, which is 4th and 11th house ruler for this ascendant, Capricorn. So you're really just reassessing things to do with your groups, with your accolades, qualifications, elder sibling, your massive desires that you have. It's time to reassess and review them. You know, it's 6th house ruler. 6th house is house of intelligence, using your intelligence, the information that you have in order to make really good plans, set your goals, and then actually bring them to fruition. So when your 6th house ruler is retrograde, it's really thinking. Mercury really does well in that as well. It's because the 6th house is natural house of Virgo. So you're getting all the detail together. This is a natural sign, Scorpio, of research, getting your information, you know, and really working out the numbers, working out, you know, where you want to be. Maybe you will have like a short-term, medium and long-term plans. Always put some joy in it as well. So you want to enjoy that kind of thing. And ask your friends, you know, your groups and friends and other siblings for information as well, and really reassess it. And then obviously what happens on the 23rd, Mercury goes into Libra for 3 days. It will be with Venus as well, Venus being the yoga karaka of this. So it could be that you're basically, you know, 5th and 6th house ruler. This is this could actually affect people who are like teach children, basically youth. You know, fifth house, obviously children, things like that. So, you know, it could be if maybe a child is poorly, you know, you're getting all the information and getting that organized and sorted. Maybe they need some natural healing. You know, if you've tried other avenues and they haven't worked for you, or, you know, you're teaching, maybe you're actually like gathering information in order to help your career. And so it's like passive again, you know, Mercury is passive, but really in good condition from the 23rd, because it's going to be with its friend in a very friendly sign, Libra. So it's really good, you know, you're working hard, but also at the same time, you know, you're being rewarded for that hard work, because, you know, you're in a friendly sign with Venus. And so Venus goes into, you know, on the 26th, goes into Scorpio. So Mercury will be on its own in Libra, but it's a friendly sign. And actually what it means, you will be working harder, but you also, you know, you have a big plan, you know, because you want to gain more. So you'll be practical. You'll be able to put all that information that you gain during the retrograde time to be able to actually put that in motion for your future. Next ascendant for you, Aquarius ascendants or Aquarius moon. For you guys, this is occurring what would be your 10th and the 9th house. So two very important houses for you. And Mercury for you is your 5th and 8th house ruler in your 10th house. So it could be that you're really thinking about reviewing, reassessing, reevaluating all things to do with work, your career, where you want to be. Mars in the 10th house as well, really nice and strong. It's a really good planet for Aquarius ascendant. So you're really assessing like what you need to learn in order to be more creative, you know, get more joy out of your work, etc. And you know, really planning, organizing in your head, you know, goal setting, whether it's short-term, medium or long-term, what you would like to achieve. And then Mercury then goes into what would be a friendly sign with, you know, with the Yogacaraka planet, which is like 4th and 9th house ruler Venus. So this is 4th and 5th house rulers having a really nice sort of, you know, for you, like before you had 5th and 10th house ruler together, now you have, you know, 5th and 4th house or 5th and 9th house ruler. So it's a Dana Anna Raja Yoga for you going on again. So it's a really good time. So the more you think and plan and compartmentalize yourself, so you're really seeing the, you know, bigger picture, get the detail together in a creative manner as well, which is brilliant for you guys. So, and as Venus, you know, you join Venus will also help Mercury. And then on the 26th, Venus goes into Scorpio and Mercury will be on its own in Libra, which is a great sign. But basically for you guys, you're really thinking, you know, what is it that I really would like to achieve during this time? Because whilst Mercury was in kind of like Scorpio, so it was doing a lot more research. Now you're really kind of like really thinking about it in a way of balancing it and getting the most out of this this period of time for you. It's a good time for you guys, enjoy it. And then we have what would be for Pisces ascendant or Pisces moon. For you guys, this is occurring in what would be your 9th and 8th house. So it's like changes, it's like happiness, luck, education, travel. You know, like this is a very important wisdom, higher wisdom, ancient wisdom. So for you guys, what will happen is obviously Mars is an amazing planet for Pisces ascendant. 2nd and 9th house rulers sitting there with angle, you know, 2 angle lords, which is like Mercury rules what would be 4th and also 7th house ruler. So it's about home, mother, security, feeling good, all of those emotional things that are going on within us. So it's so for you, 4th house ruler and 7th house ruler in the 9th house. So it's a really nice time about like home, mum, security, food, feeling safe, really contentment also in there as well. So you're also thinking like, you know, about just like everything to do with the family, your dad, your relationship with your dad, your education, traveling, maybe you're planning something for the family, or maybe you're getting married. 7th house ruler in the 9th house is house of marriage, you know, where you actually have that contract. And so you're reviewing, rethinking, and then you'll be able to, because Mercury can assess things, review things really well in a house of what, you know, like Scorpio is a sign of research, getting the information that you need. Yeah, Mercury is the karaka for information as well. So you're really assessing things, getting the detail together. And then when Mercury goes into the 8th house, then still really thinking, planning, you know, putting things in order in a really intelligent manner in order to make those changes, but still, you know, for a while, still passive whilst it's retrograde, getting help from the 8th house ruler as well. And, you know, getting the 3rd house ruler and the 8th house ruler. So Venus is like, wants to like bring about all those beautiful things for you. So you're changing and transforming your life, letting go of things that no longer serve you. You're really welcoming change, because your 8th house is a movable sign. So you're able to kind of like really think about this, you know, getting lots of help from Libra and Venus during this time for Mercury. And just literally what it allows you to do is like plan, set goals, and then execute those, whether it's short, medium, or long term ones. And things become much more clarified for you once Mercury goes direct. So it's a really good time to plan. And then we have Aries ascendant. For you guys, this is occurring in your 8th and 7th house. So changes in your relationships could be on the cards. This is also 3rd and 6th house ruler, which is going retrograde, and it's in 8th house. So 6th house ruler in the 8th house. So those difficulties, times that you've been, you know, like you've had to like go with the flow of things at work, working really hard, and you know, now it's time to actually like because this creates like a 6th house ruler in the 8th house. This is a Vipat Raja Yoga. So it's a Raja Yoga that somebody achieves after really working hard, putting the effort in, and like really keeping calm and carrying on, like they say in Britain. So basically, this is like really you've learned a lot, and you know, or you've done all this massive work at your workplace, putting so much effort into things. And, you know, like you've been reviewing, reassessing, reevaluating everything, planning, organizing, being really focused on things. And now what's going to happen now during this time, you're reviewing all your options to do with work, learning, teaching, all that kind of stuff. And changes you want to make to yourself, to your job, to your situation generally, around your friends, letting go of emotions that no longer serve you. And letting, you know, you're really assessing those things. And then when Mercury on the 23rd moves into the sign of Libra, your 7th house, so this is like ironing out all those, you know, still really kind of being passive and thinking, but it's a good sign for Mercury, you know, a friendly sign to Mercury, getting help there as well for a few days, because Venus will be there to the 26th. And so basically those few days, you know, will get help from Venus, but it's still in Libra, so it will be absolutely fine, friendly sign. Really kind of using your communication skills effectively, intelligently, to, you know, be able to get what you want in your relationships, at work, with friends, with siblings, with other people. Just you're really kind of, you know, rather than going on the attack, you know, because that could be a feature with, you know, anything to do with Aries moon or Aries ascendant, because they're really fast in, you know, they're so passionate, they go for it. So this is like really, because Mercury has been retrograde, you really have had to pull back, think about things, work things out in your brain, and just like really think, was it me who created that situation? What was my part in it? So you're really trying to see it from the other person's view. And Venus and Libra will be able to help Mercury to just like really do things with more heart, more balance, harmony, just, you know, like being more coming from the heart, being heart centered rather than just like action. This is what I think. So this is going to be really nice. And as a result, you know, you will find that your relationship, your mind will be rested. Your relationship with others will also benefit from this too. And now lastly, we're going to go to Taurus. For you guys, this is occurring in your 7th and 6th house. So this, for you, Mercury is a really good planet. So it rules your 2nd and the 5th house. So it's, you're reviewing things about like your money, savings, family, what you eat, your children, etc. And relationship. You really want to be out there dating. You know, 5th house is dating, parties, just, you know, mingling with others. And 7th house obviously has some relationships. So you want to bring love into your life. You want to put more energy into it. And also because Mars is there, you know, wants you to really go out. You know, 7th and 5th house ruler together, creating a lovely Raja Yoga. So you're reviewing, you know, do I want to step out? I want to be out and be with others. I want to connect and be seen in the world a bit more. But it's still quite passive because Mercury is retrograde. So it's like really thinking, stepping out, putting your toe out and then coming back again. And what happens then, you know, like you also, once Mercury goes into what would be the 6th house for you, which is Libra, with Venus, which rules it on the 23rd. They'll be together for 3 days, but Venus and Libra sign will really help Mercury really think, plan, you know, in an intellectual way, in a practical way, set some goals and things that I want to do. Maybe I want to attend blah blah classes, maybe I want to do like some yoga classes or Pilates, I want to join a running group, you know, just stepping out, but stepping out in a way that you're reassessing things, you know, what do I want to do? So, and then once Mercury goes direct, then you'll be able to execute that on all of those things because you benefit from it in a way that's like healthy. So you want to be more healthy, eat better. You want to be like, not only that, you want to also just be able to like, if you work with young children in education or anything like that, you want to just really you know, be that, you know, that time that you've been a bit more passive, you've had more downloads and help from the universe to just be able to handle situations at work as well that just could be like a little bit more challenging. Or you know, you get the because Mercury is the planet of communication, so you'll be able to communicate what you need with maybe your friend groups at work, things like that, with much more ease. So making the most of the situation in a more gracious way because of the harmony and balance of Libra, so you can gain more from it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy this, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.